Hey there, it is Jer SD here, and I am here to bring you our post-com for The Woods Draft League Season number 5, Week number 7. Our opponent this week was Shatteroo and his Sarasota Scizors. We played earlier today, and I'm just going to go over his team real quick, and then we will get right into the match. So you can see Mew, Incineroar, Jellicent, Sandaconda, Toxtricity, Pangoro, Silvally, Bronzong, Weezing, and Shiinotic. So super fat, super bulky team that hits very hard. He has quite a few large breakers in Incineroar, Pangoro, and Toxtricity, and he has lots of bulk. Sandaconda, Jellicent, Mew, Bronzong, Weezing, Shiinotic, all super annoying to deal with. Of course, if you need a update on my team, these two here are the ones that I have access to. And this week we brought these mods. So Choice Specs Ribombee, other than Bronzong, with this set, does not have a switch in really on his team. Just hits everything hard. It's faster than everything. His team is kind of slow. His fastest mod is Mew. So at 361, we outspeed Scarfed Toxtricity, I believe, even without a Scarf ourselves. So that's super cool. We can outspeed it and click Psychic. Yeah, so next up we have Rigatoni, the Gigalith, Iron Defense, Toxic, Body Press, and Stomping Tantrum, with a specially defensive set. This was my kind of answer to Toxtricity, even though I kind of forgot that it was my answer to Toxtricity. But yeah, it can take, I think it was like, in the sand, it can take 3 overdrives with leftovers, and then like in grassy terrain with Thwacked, it can take like 4, I think, at least. So yeah, that's super cool. Obviously Stomping Tantrum because Earthquake is weakened in grassy terrain. Next up we have Thwacked, the Thwacked, with Woodhammer, Knockoff, U-Turn, and Leech Seed. Here to just kind of annoy things. It's faster than everything below the Sandaconda, I think. I think that's what it was. Yeah, so 241 speed outspeeds pretty much everything, and Woodhammer Knockoff does a lot to his team. And then just U-Turn there. And then we have Sash lead, or possible lead, I guess. Dugtrio Alolan form with Sand Force, and the Focus Sash. High horsepower again. Night Slash for Jellicent and Bronzong. Then Memento and Stealth Rock on there as well. And then we have Choice Banded Golisopod, First Impression, Aqua Jet, Liquidation, and Spikes. First Impression pretty much destroys a lot of things in his team, and Aqua Jet does good damage as well. And then we have Physically Defensive, Defog, Heavy Duty Boots, Mandibuzz. Yeah, so Shatteroo also uploads to YouTube, so make sure to go check him out. I'll link him in the description. And so I was super excited to get this match going, as he was 4-2 and we were 2-4 coming in. So he's having a much better season than we are, and I really enjoyed his videos. So I was excited to get to play him and see his side as well. Anyway, so yeah, I lead off with Ribombee. Obviously, he does not bring the Mew, which I was very happy about, and he did not bring the Pangoro, which I was very happy about, because nothing on my team really wanted to take hits from the Pangoro. So he leads off with the Silvally Fairy. We lead off with the Specs Ribombee, and I just click Moonblast. Obviously, we outspeed this thing. We can take any hit at least once, and good damage was good damage on this team, basically. So he goes Bronzong, I go into Thwacked, and he actually, on the switch, he goes for Trick Room, and then doubles into his Incineroar, which I then knock off its Assault Vest. So that's super cool to see, and that also means that he is not heavy-duty boots, which helps me when I get up rocks. So this was kind of a misplay here. I should have gone into Mana Buzz or something else, or even Golisopod at this point, because it was offensive with Incineroar, and I actually take a big amount of damage here with Gigalith, and this is me. I built like almost a week ago, so this is me forgetting that Gigalith was my Toxicity switch in, and that I needed it to be as healthy as possible. So he goes into Jellicent here as I go for the Toxic, and we recover with the Grassy Terrain. I go into Thwacked here because it's pretty free as long as he doesn't have Will-O-Wisp. He actually doubles into the Toxicity, but with the Trick Room still up, I'm pretty confident that, well, the terrain shows me that I still outspeed, but I switch out as Trick Room ends, actually. And I go into the Dugtrio because I was hoping that he would go for the Sludge Wave, obviously on the Thwacked, but Boom Burst is a fair play for sure. So we take big damage there. Obviously we outspeed this thing. We see that it's Life Orb and not Scarf, so we can outspeed it and take it out if he lets us, which he does not. He goes into Bronzong, and I set up rocks on the obvious switch there, and then I go right back into Thwacked, because Thwacked was really good versus his defensive mons, Sandaconda, Bronzong, and the Jellicent in this game. So we turn out there and go right back into Rabombi, recover with the Grassy Terrain, and we just go for a Moonblast to take out the Silvally Fairy. That means when I get up rocks, or if I want to defog and get up rocks again, rocks will be up on his side forever. I go into the Gigalith here on the Toxicity here, and you can see with Life Orb in the sand, it still does 35%, so I gain back to 36, and then he goes into Sandaconda. So I click Stomping Tantrum, get a crit, doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter there. He goes for the Fire Fang on a prediction, and I get off another Toxic. I then go into Mana Buzz as he goes for Earthquake. Here is kind of the second play that I made that was questionable. I know he's not going to Fire Fang me here, but I was hoping, what I thought here is he thinks that he can bring in Toxicity for free here and get a free hit off, so I wanted to make a double that prevented that. So I went into the Golisopod hoping to catch the Toxicity, because after rocks and sand damage, I could take it out with the first impression. But he clicked Stone Edge. He turns out to be Assault Vest, so that does good damage to my Golisopod, which sucks. So I just go in Thwacked, which I should have done anyway, and click Woodhammer and pick up the kill there with Thwacked. If you couldn't tell, Thwacked goes ham in this game. So yeah, you turn out on the slower Incineroar, go into Gigalith. At this point, it's not a check to Toxicity at all, so I let his Incineroar take it out, take more recoil, take more sand damage, and then I'm able to go into Dugtrio, and I predict the switch into either Bronzong or Jellicent, and I go for Night Slash, doing 28. I figured he couldn't take me out here, and he does actually go for Trick Room, so I get off another Night Slash, and then I'm able to go into Mana Buzz. He goes for Gyro Ball. It's not going to do anything to my Mana Buzz, as he goes into the Incineroar, takes rock damage. I defog away the hazards. He goes for Flare Blitz, taking him down, and then here, a bit of iffy play from my part, to be honest, as I go for Brave Bird instead of Roosting, and just letting him take himself out, and that actually allows him to get the high roll on the Boom Burst to take out my Mana Buzz. I can always revenge the Toxicity with Dugtrio or with Rabombi, so I just need to keep sacks a higher amount of sacks than he can at this point. Because I know that the Toxicity is really the only threat to my team at this point. So I'm able to go into Toxicity here. He hits me with a Scald. He does not burn me. So that's cool. And here he goes for the Strength Sap, getting his HP back. I go for the Leech Seed, just with the Toxic, trying to wear him down as much as possible. Bronzong is already at the point where it will be taken out after rocks by pretty much anything. I go Rabombi here to Scared Out, I think, and I go for a U-turn, and I go right into Golisopod here and get a free first impression and take out the Bronzong. Then he goes into Pringles. Obviously I'm banded, so I can't stay in. And he goes for Trick Room once again. I'm able to get a slow U-turn off here with the Rabombi and go right back into Thwacked, as he really can't pressure Thwacked without Toxicity being in. And with Toxicity being in, basically I let something go down, and then I I sack, and then I can revenge with the trio. So at this point, it's pretty much over. He's just Strength Sapping me, dying to Toxic damage. I have the Leech Seed up, and I'm able to take him down with the Wood Hammer, down to about half, and then the Poison and the Leech Seed brings him down really low, and I'm able to take him out there with the Wood Hammer, so that's 2 kills for Thwacked. And then here he goes into the Toxicity, and I'm able to just stay in here, go for a U-turn. I thought he might take me out, but he actually doesn't. So I win 4-0 instead of 3-0, and we go into the trio and take him out with high horsepower. So yeah, GG to my man Shatteroo. I'll be sure to link him down below for you guys to go check him out. Yeah, so I'm just going to look real quick at our next week's matchup and see what that is looking like. Next week, week 8, obviously we now are 3-4, so we've kind of, I don't know if you can say we've rebounded yet, but obviously this should say 4-0, so we should be 3-4 with a differential of -1. And next week we face the Raleigh Rampardos and Coach Dolphin Wizard, who also has Sand. So that'll be fun for sure. He is 3-3 currently, hasn't played this week yet. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Yeah, IBL Season 6 game number 4 should be happening tomorrow or something. Yeah, so we will see you next time. Like and sub, and let me know what you thought. All right, bye-bye.